Hello again, everyone. Zach Attack is here with the Attack Line for Wednesday, June the 20th, 2012. Alright, let's kick it off with the Billboard number ones. After only 1 week, Adele's back at number one only lasted about a week as she got kicked off this week by Usher. It's fourth straight number one in the wall following the huge successes of Confessions, Here I Stand, Raymond vs. Raymond, and of course the new one, Looking for Myself, debuting at number one with 120,000. Although he probably will get kicked off by his protege, Justin Bieber, who will be set to debut pretty big with his album Believe next week. Speaking of Mr. Bieber, his protege remains at number one for a second week in a row at number one at Hot 100. As of course, Carly Rae Jepsen's Call Me Maybe lasts the second week, while also lasting for a second week at number one on the country singles chart, Eric Church's Springsteen. I mentioned Carly Rae number one still in the Hot 100, but landing in the top 5 just as the video premiered earlier this week, Katy Perry's Wide Awake, which I'm not a big fan of because it's not dancing. But Katy's got a lot going down. Her new movie comes out in a few weeks, Pardon Me, which was a number one but didn't do okay. But now she's preparing to do what many people like Prince, Madonna, and Frank Sinatra done before her. Start her own record label. According to an interview on a Hollywood Reporter cover story, that she is in the process of launching her own record label. I'm preparing for it now, she said, of the yet unnamed imprint. And when the record label does come to fruition, I'm going to try and avoid the things that take away any fighting chance for artists to have financial success. No wonder if Katy's going to do it as a collaboration with her current record label, EMI. But of course, with the pending merger between EMI and Universal, that could do that'd be a little harder for her to go through. Kenny Chesney launches his own record label too. So a lot of people launching their own record label. So good luck to Katy and that launching her own record label. There you go. Now, a poster that Katy probably wants to look a career after fellow pop star Pink. Now it's been a few years, been 4 years since her last studio album, Funhouse, which featured the number one smash, So What? And it's been 2 years since her last new song came out, her last 2 singles coming from a greatest hits album, greatest hits so far, featuring the hit singles Raise Your Glass and Fucking Perfect. Pink is back with a yet to be titled new album, but she's revealed her new single. It's called Blow Me, One Last Kiss, Double Entendre, should I say. The single is set to come out on July 9th, and from the title of it, should be another great dancey single from Pink. I like the name Double Entendre because One Last Kiss is in parentheses, so it's not Blow Me One Last Kiss, it's Blow Me One Last Kiss. So it depends on the way you say it. So there you go, Pink, Blow Me One Last Kiss, coming out July the 9th, digitally. Our City's got a new single too with Carly Rae Jepsen, which I kind of like. Can't wait to hear Pink's new song. Now, on with some rock and roll news. Some bad news coming up from the front of the band Queensryche. Now, I've been reading a lot of rumors as of late. I think a lot of rock fans have been reading them too about rumors concerning the status of the band following actions made by the lead singer, Geoff Tate. Now, there's been several reports of an altercation between him and his band members. He was also bitching up a storm, complaining about the crowd at Rocklahoma. There's been a lot of denial. There was the Queensryche members without Geoff forming a new group with Todd La Torre. Well, it turns out that new group is not a new group. Where it is new, a new Queensryche, as Geoff Tate's officially been kicked out of the group following months and months of tension. The band, known for hit singles like Jet City Woman, their hit album Operation Mindcrime, and Silent Lucidity, have announced a statement concerning the departure of Geoff Tate. Over the past few months, there has been growing creative differences within Queensryche. We want our fans to know that we hope to find a common resolution, but in the end, parting ways with Geoff was the best way for everyone to move forward in a positive direction. The drummer said in a statement, "We wish him the best of luck with all his future endeavors. Can't wait to bring Queensryche to our fans with Todd behind the mic. There are several Queensryche dates that have been postponed or canceled, so the new Queensryche can get used to the new lineup with the new lead singer, Todd La Oe." So there you go. Like I said, there's been a lot of tension involving Queensryche. Rumors about, like I said, Geoff starting fights with people on altercations. So, like I said, now they have fired Geoff Tate after months and months of tension with Queensryche. So, there you go with that. Now, on with reunion news concerning a boy band and another rumor about a certain old rock band that's supposed to turn 50. Now, there have been rumors about a 98 Degrees reunion for months. Originally, the band shut down rumors. Well, they apparently shut down rumors of a tour, not a reunion one-off, which is going to happen at a new festival called the Mixtape Festival, which is ironically headlined by two other boy bands, New Kids on the Block and the Backstreet Boys. They'll be reuniting for just one night. Una noche, as many people are saying, quoting their hit single from the last studio album, Revolution. Give me just one night. Una noche. The band, which of course features former Dance with the Stars champion Drew Lachelle, brother Nick Lachelle, got the other, Jeff Timmons and the other dude. They of course released 3 albums in their lifetime in the career span, featuring hit singles like All Because of You, I Do Cherish You, The Hardest Thing, and the aforementioned Give Me Just One Night, Una Noche. So they're saying it's run off, but there could be a tour, so there you go. 98 Degrees is back. Speaking of bands that's supposed to be back, there's been months and months. Every month there seems to be a new Rolling Stone rumor. Well, in the last 24 hours, there's been a lot of Rolling Stone rumors. As we all know, this year is supposed to be the 50th anniversary, or slated to be the 50th anniversary of the Rolling Stones. Unlike the Beach Boys, who are touring to celebrate their 50th, Stones have done nothing besides getting ready to release a brand new interview movie and denying a tour because of Keith Richards' health. But within the last 24 hours, rumors have been flying about Stones at least doing one show and retiring next year. There's been rumors of them retiring at Glastonbury next year. But according to wink wink nudge nudge Rolling Stone magazine, Stones insiders are saying that they're trying to do at least one concert this year and maybe a tour next year. So they're saying that the band will have a summit in July. As keeps saying that the band's going to meet up in July in London to discuss further possibilities. So hope we find that out, and also maybe recording new material. Keith Richards says we're going to talk about everything in July, and we'll see. I mean, I'd love to get some tracks down and see what songs we've got. But that's along with part of getting the band back together and getting things moving. Love to cut some tracks as well as, of course, tour. They have met many times in several rehearsals, despite tensions met by comments from Keith Richards about Mick from his book Life. The tension has been squashed. So Keith and Mick are ready to work together again. Hopefully this Stones rumor will be true. I hope to see the Stones tour and not do select cities. There have been rumors of them doing a mini tour next year just in select cities. But maybe a full-blown tour maybe in the future. So see what the future holds for the Stones as soon as we find info about their little summit in July. Now, on with our last piece of business. It involves the WWE. Now, I didn't mention on my Raw review that I mentioned that I'm hearing Chris Jericho set to return next week after being suspended for 30 days. So, see what happens with Chris, and maybe I'll see Chris be involved in Money in the Bank somehow, because that pay-per-view is coming up. And he was somewhat the storyline creator of Money in the Bank. So there you go. But now there's been rumors concerning Alberto Del Rio. As we all know, Alberto Del Rio was slated to wrestle Sheamus this past Sunday at No Way Out for the world title, but a concussion cost him that position, or so we think. There's rumors that tension between Alberto was the real reason. They're saying that concussion was no more than a cover-up for Alberto, as he may be leaving the WWE. According to many, Del Rio had a major dispute with a top WWE official and threatened to leave the company. One source is saying that Del Rio is frustrated with his current standing in the company, while a second source claims the incident wasn't that big of a deal, and the dispute was more about contractual terms. A third source believes the incident between Del Rio and management is a combination of the first two reports. He is viewed by WWE as having leverage. He has no personal issue with income and could easily return to Mexico as a former superstar. They questioned how legit his concussion really was. He apparently was too injured, like I mentioned, to work his match against Sheamus this past Sunday, of course replaced by Dolph, but we know he wrestled the next night on Raw against Santino Marella. So the employee thinks the concussion was a cover-up because of the issues going on with Alberto and officials. The feeling is that WWE would rather claim he has a concussion to get him out of a high-profile match than wish Alberto going into business for himself. So there you go. We'll see what happens with Alberto in his future. We'll probably find out more info as the weeks and days to come. That is it for my attack line for today. See you all later. Hope you're keeping cool out there, very hot out there. Happy first day of summer, especially summertime, baby. First day of summer edition of the attack line. Before we're done with that, that in mind, you've all been attacked by the news from Zach. Thank you very much. See you later. Yeah.